Momentum conservation and center of mass motion. So in the absence of external force, so the total force is equal to 0 means, so the F total force is a sum of the individual forces acting on a single particle. So F1 plus F2 plus F3 up to n number of the particles, that is equal to 0. So what is the force on the single particle? That is F is, as per the Newton's second law, M1A1 plus M2A2 etc. up to mn an vector, which is equal to 0. So already we told that acceleration is a rate of change of velocity we know. So dv by dt, dv1 by dt plus dv2 by dt, then up to these things. So again I will say that the total force is equal to 0. The total force is a sum of the individual forces of the individual particles. Then the F1 is F is equal to ma. Substitute the Newton's second law in each particle. M1 a1 vector plus m2 a vector plus etc. up to mn an vector is equal to 0. So acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity dv by dt, which is equal to acceleration. So m1 dv1 by dt plus m2 dv2 by dt plus etc. up to mn dvn by dt, so which is equal to 0. So if you take the d by dt commonly outside, m1 v1 plus m2 v2 plus etc. up to mn vn, which is equal to 0. So we know that m1 v1, which is equal to momentum. So the differentiation of these things will become 0 means, what is this particle, this function? Definitely in differentiation, if you differentiate the constant, then only we get 0. So this bracket must be equal to constant. So m1 v1 plus m2 v2 plus m3 v3, it is a multiplication, m3 v3 plus mn vn, which is equal to constant. So m1 v1 is the momentum of the first particle, m2 v2 is the momentum of the second particle. Hence we can write that p1 plus p2 plus p3 etc. up to pn, which is equal to total momentum p. So that is the momentum conservation. Conservation of momentum is proved. So the conservation of momentum means, what is the conservation of momentum? The total system momentum is constant for a isolated system. The next one, center of mass motion. So the center of mass motion, for that we can take that, what is the position vector of the center of mass? m1r1 plus m2r2 etc. up to mn rn divided by total mass m1 plus m2 plus up to mn. Then RCM, if the total mass we can take that is a m means 1 by m is taken outside, that is a m1 r1 plus m2 r2 plus mn rn. Then differentiating the RCM, that is a position vector. If you differentiating the position vector, we get velocity of the center of mass. So d by dt of RCM, which is equal to 1 by m into, again we have to differentiate this side. So what is that? m1 into dr1 by dt plus m2 into dr2 by dt up to mn is equal to drn by dt. So dr by dt is the rate of change of displacement, which is equal to velocity of the first particle. We can write v1. Similarly for the second particle v2, then for the nth particle Vn. So the differentiation of the center of mass of the position vector, which is equal to VCM, center of velocity, center of mass, that is the center of mass velocity, which is equal to 1 by m, m1 v1 plus m2 v2 etc. So what is m1 v1? P1, m2 v2 p2. So p1 plus p2 plus etc. up to pn, which is equal to total momentum. That is, that total momentum is equal to p1 plus p2 plus p3 is equal to total momentum is of a system is equal to momentum of the center of mass, that is a center of mass momentum. So the center of mass momentum is equal to total system momentum. So we can describe that center of mass motion is a system motion. The center of mass describes the translatory motion. So this equation shows that the linear momentum of the system is equal to product of the total mass of the system and the velocity of its center of mass. So this will describe clearly, the center of mass motion. So the center of mass motion is a body motion. Dear students, very simple, don't confuse with the center of mass. I will say clearly. So already we say that when the force, external force is applied means a body will move. Here in the center of mass, we can taken into consideration each and every particle motion only contribute the total system motion. That is described in the system of particles. The next one is rigid body. So what is rigid body? Rigid body is said to be rigid if does not undergo any change in its size or shape. That means if you give any external force, pressure, anything else, its size and shape does not change. However, the large external force may be acting on it. So we can say that a stone and these are all things are the rigid bodies. Solid bodies are rigid bodies. The center of mass of a rigid body. The center of mass of a rigid body is a point at a fixed position with respect to body as a whole. So the center of mass of the rigid body will be the point at which the whole mass will be concentrated at this. That point will represent the translatory motion of the rigid body. Then we will see that how for bodies having a regular geometrical shape and uniform mass distribution, the center of mass lies at their geometrical center. That is, I will say that how the center of mass of the regular bodies can be easily calculated by the methods. If the body is having a regular geometrical shape and uniform mass distribution, then the center of mass will be lie at the center of the geometrical center. So here some examples are given. For thin rod, the center. For circular ring, it is a center of mass. Disc, this is a center of mass. Then for rectangular lamina, this is a center of mass. For cubical block, cylinder, triangular lamina, sphere. Then for right circular cone, it will be lies at 1/4. That is the total height is h, means that h/4 height at the center of the axis. This is the center of mass of the right circular cone. So this is rigid bodies and the center of mass of the rigid bodies.